general reading. Certain things will resonate, certain things won't. The reading can be reversed. And please avoid making any rash decisions based on a general reading. If you'd like a reading based on your own personal energy, you can, of course, book a reading on my website, which is angelicassentionstarot.com. Trigger warning, we're always going to discuss delicate topics. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for the Taurians for the next 7 days. Get a Capricorn. Turn over a new page. Way of Faith is on the other side. Okay. Let's see what this is about. Taurus. Okay. You're not a part of my plan. Okay. So it seems like you're going your separate ways from someone. You feel disregarded, possibly. It feels like this is coming off of a disagreement. Taurus. So you're having a disagreement with your mom, with your children. It looks like you have a very outspoken child. Maybe there's something that's on their mind that they're thinking about. For some of you, your kid could be very emotional over something that they're going through. Seems like there's a child that could be going through some challenges right now. I also see a parent that could be feeling very overwhelmed. A parent, a parental figure, an older... Definitely a parental figure. An older sibling, possibly. Somebody's really going through it. Seems like you've been going through some adversity in your situation. Maybe you feel like your situation lately hasn't been very kind to you. Looks like you're having some instability within your home life, Taurus. It seems that there could be some disagreements. And it seems currently that there's somebody that wishes that you understood how they feel. Somebody feels broken after an argument. And I think someone says conflict, peace. I think somebody wants to make peace after an argument. I just think somebody just doesn't know how to. Yeah, they feel like maybe your heart is a bit closed off. Or you might feel that you're dealing with someone who is just very closed off and somebody who is highly critical and this sort of thing. Who are you dealing with? Somebody is possibly writing you a message, Taurus, or maybe you want to write a message to somebody. Somebody feels like maybe you don't care. You haven't said anything. Maybe for some of you, you've tried to make peace with someone, Taurus, and maybe you feel like it's to no avail. They haven't returned your phone call. That's what that looks like to me. Refusal of the call. Somebody feels like maybe, again, you're refusing their calls, Taurus. I'll be noticing birds around you. Maybe a falcon. The name Grace could be relevant to something that's going on in your life right now. Dreamer. We just talked about that. Dream thief. Something's going on in your dreams. We're going to see that. What that's about. I definitely feel that you're having nightmares, Taurus. Or there's somebody that's trying to intercept something that intercept some downloads that you're getting. And Taurus, somebody has their eye on your money. Somebody's trying to stop you from getting your money or swindle you out of your money, you might feel. We're going to see what that's about. You know, somebody that's very manipulative around children. Here you are, Taurus. You're next to a fire sign in Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Some of you, maybe someone has like a physical disability. You're dealing with a Leo. This could definitely be a Leo, Sag, or Aries. So Taurus, you might be a Taurus, Aries cusp. But Leo and an earth sign definitely want to be in your reading, as well as this Capricorn. Second time the devil shows up to your reading, we're going to see what that's about. But definitely feel like that's symbolic of something. Yeah, definitely something is going on with parent and child, or like I said, it's gonna be your older siblings, younger siblings, a child that's in your life, whether it is your child or not. It's giving you your steps, your step siblings is what I was about to say. That's interesting. Maybe you have step siblings, or you have step parents. What's going on, Holy Spirit, with the Taurus nation? Maybe you're doing some painting. You might need some minor repairs around the house. Taurus, you could be doing some redecorating. Moving on. Okay, so that's what this is. It seems like somebody does want to move on. Somebody does want to move on to peace. But yes, let's talk about it. Somebody feels a bit hopeless that this can ever really get off the ground. Why? Because they feel like you're not a part of their plan. There's definitely a kid that's feeling this way. Depressed, sad, or this is you. I mentioned that you or someone around you could definitely be going through some adversity. Maybe some of you don't have a steady place to live. Taurus, or somebody that you're connected to might be going through something such as this. Somebody walk off from something. Bear with me, Taurus. What I can tell so far is that you had a disagreement with somebody. That's it. I don't see any other context as to why. You went to the library? Spirit, show me what's going on with Taurus. You got a Libra. And here, once again, is this fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. You're possibly going to a reader, or that's what brings you to tarot. Maybe to get some encouragement, some enlightenment. I'll tell you this. Some of you are tarot readers, and you're being attacked by another tarot reader who happens to be a Taurus. There's definitely a Taurus that's attacking a Capricorn. That's for somebody. That's how it is in Tarot Nation. Spirit, show me what's going on with Taurus. Seems like somebody's trying to discourage you at work. As soon as I say that, 10 of Swords. Somebody's a smoker, Taurus. It looks like somebody has caught somebody's watching you go through something. You have some nosy people. I think that's at work, and we're going to address that in a minute. I think that's the backstabber. Who is this? Yeah, see, somebody doesn't want you to have success, but you're going to have success regardless of what somebody else wants. Definitely. Okay, I want to show you this. This is interesting. I'm just laying out the cards, and now not just once, not twice, but 3 times we have the devil. Not today. This is Taurus. It seems like you're having repeated conflict with people, or you got somebody that's just okay. Because it looks like you have tears in your eyes. We talked about that. We've established something is going on, and it just seems like somebody is. I'm trying to figure out if somebody like oblivious to what somebody is going through. No, somebody is quick-tempered and negative. Somebody this week has a pessimistic attitude, Taurus. And it could very well be you. I'm trying to figure out who you're dealing with, though. Oh, somebody that's inventing stories about you. Come on. What is really going on? Who are you dealing with? You're dealing with somebody who is naive. For some of you, I mentioned a child. So if it's not you that's going through something, it feels like there might be a child that might be going through a very frustrating lesson right now, and it might have something to do with peer pressure and kids around them. Um, the, the, I was going to say somebody's very childish, or your kid is dealing with some very immature type of people. Did I mention peer pressure? Because it definitely feels like there's a kid that feels the need to go out of their way to fit in. Could very well be an adult. It could be your inner child issues that could be looking for social acceptance. So your intuition might be telling you that something is going on with a child because it very well feels that there is a child that might be in need of a parental or an elder's encouragement and advice about something that is very difficult that they're dealing with. You might be the one that they turn to, or you might be that reader, or even if you're not, you might be somebody that gives that foresight, that knowledge, that input that they need to be able to navigate a situation. Because it's very clear that you feel like an outsider, or a child does. Maybe they feel excluded from their peers. Somebody's drinking. Somebody drinking and smoking feels like it's a theme in your situation. I'm not sure who this is that does, nor am I being critical of it. It's just an observation. So please don't misconstrue what I'm trying to say. But I do see that somebody has a drinking habit, and somebody has a bit of a, I talked to you about that, quick temper. You might have your kids might be fighting if this is not adults fighting. What's going on? You had an injury? You're dealing with a Virgo, it looks like. You said you'll be going to the library. You're a Taurus, Celine? You're dealing with a Taurus, possibly? The crone. Okay, so somebody is into witchcraft. You might have an older person that's into witchcraft. I see an Aquarius. Yes, I think you are into witchcraft. So I see potions and tinctures and this sort of thing. It definitely feels like, and you got a Gemini, the lovers. Let's see what this is about, okay? I definitely feel like this is a kid, a teenager that's this, or a young adult that's into dating, and they're in need of an elder's advice because they're going through something. I definitely see a kid that's going through things at school, maybe in do I want to say geometry class, but I really want to say world history or something like that. One of their classes, it definitely feels like they're going through something. You have a kid that's maybe curious about sex, might be experimenting with that. Let's see. Because I think this is a teenager dating. And I think somebody might be interested in your child, or vice versa. They're interested in dating and they had their first heartbreak. And you got somebody who's really important too. Let's see. What's going on with, I see too many things. And some of the things that I see, I'm very uncomfortable to say. I'm going to get to it, Taurus. It's just some of the things that are coming up in your reading are hard to talk about. So this whole thing about school and education and that sort of thing. Well, I think I've established that. I was telling you there's a kid that's struggling in school. They might need tutoring. It just seems like somebody is just really lost. Like they don't do well on tests. The name Dean could be relevant. The name Ben or Benny could be relevant. to your situation? The name Jody. The name Meg. Somebody pass away? Maybe that's what this is about. Maybe that's what you're grieving over. Maybe that's been the challenge for you, is moving on and turning over a new page after someone has passed. Maybe this is why somebody's in a pessimistic mood. Now, if nobody passed, and this is not literal, it feels that somebody feels a heavy loss. Peace, dissolving unwanted or disturbing thoughts. See, you got a lot of negative thoughts. I suppose this is why the devil is here so heavily. You're dealing with a Libra. You're feeling lost, confused, and lonely, or you're dealing with someone who is. So needless to say, somebody's obviously going through a depression. They're having a really hard time. Seems like you're worried about your money, your home life. And like I mentioned to you, you got some things that are not going right in your situation. And it seems like that's what you're focused on. Now, keep in mind, we got the devil 3 times in your reading. And I mentioned to you, I don't think that that's just coincidence. I think that there's a lot of negative energy hovering around you. I definitely feel that some of you are under spiritual attack because, or somebody in your situation has a demonic attachment. It's that sort of thing, especially if somebody's going through a depression. Seems like a sort of an attachment has taken hold of someone. And it seems like somebody's just going through it. But like I mentioned to you, I think you're under spiritual attack for some of you. You're dealing with a Cancer, or this is a Cancer doing this to you. Vice versa. Is Aquarius here? Yes, I mentioned Aquarius is here. And I especially told you, if you read tarot, some of this isn't something that you're going through, but these might be things that you're observing. Somebody has Taurus in their chart, and this is who's doing this to somebody, especially, as I mentioned to you, a Capricorn is who's being attacked. And so is a Pisces. Okay. You might be having some physical pain. Maybe you're having some headaches. There could definitely be something going on with sinus pressure. You might also have some dental issues, like some dental pain. Taurus, I really am just trying to see what's going on with this argument. I've been looking for this. Like, they're showing me everything else that's going on, like a whole bunch of other things, but we still haven't gotten to the bottom of what's going on with this conflict. How is this going to get resolved? Because it looks like somebody wants to. As I mentioned to you, they don't know how to, and this might be your dad. Your dad, your child's father. Maybe this is your dad that smokes. This is a child that might be going through it because of their dad issues. But this is you, the adult. You're going through it because of your child issues. Your childhood issues are still affecting things that are going on in your life. No, spirit guides say this is a kid. Most definitely going through. Do you see this? Every card here is showing emotion. Yet the next card shows your angels coming in to bring justice and bring a stop to a particular situation that has been ongoing for a minute. There's a lot of references here to mother and child. So maybe it's not just you that's going through it. Your child might be affected by something. You might be having a disagreement, because who's missing here is the father. So some of you are single parents, or you're being raised by single parents, a single mom. And that might be where the conflict is. It might be in a co-parenting situation. And there's a child that's just kind of caught in the middle, caught in the crossfire of this. So maybe there's two parents that are just, like I said, arguing or going through a divorce, or they're not getting along with their siblings. I mentioned to you, this could be parent and child. Maybe you're going through it with your kids. You're overwhelmed with children. You might have several children in the home. Here we go. I didn't know what I was walking into. I thought we were going to have a light reading, Taurus, but we're not. So brace yourself. I did say we're going to talk about sensitive topics. We are. See, somebody's being bullied at school or at home. You feel ganged up on. Some of you are you having an a DV relationship. It's a lot of physical abuse. Maybe this is why you broke away from someone, or this is your spirit guide saying, Taurus, what are you doing here? You're obviously not happy. And I hope you're not letting somebody put their hands on you. Now, not all of this might be physical. Some of it is definitely verbal. You might feel like there's more than one person ganging up on you, and you feel defeated. And if we're talking about a spiritual attack, we're talking about more than one person that's coming at you. And this would be why you've been going through it lately. I think you've been enduring something for a minute. You have been enduring something for a minute, or somebody in your situation has. Let's see what's going on for the Taurus nation. All right, never mind. I won't be reaching for those. Let's try this a different way. What's going on with the Taurus nation, spirit guides? Angelic protection. Thank you, spirit guides. So somebody's attacking somebody that's highly protected. This is definitely your spirit guides coming in. Maybe you feel like they're not. Maybe you feel like, well, spirit guides, where are you? You don't see me going through this? You're like, are you ever going to show up? Are you ever going to give me a sign? Spirit says, yes, something that you're going through is for your spiritual growth. Okay, now I get it. I see the connection here. So, like I said, if this is not where someone literally passed, this is definitely telling me death is here, right? Death is here because, well, some of you, maybe somebody did get murdered. Maybe somebody literally did pass. Somebody's life was taken from them. But for some of you, there's a path that needs to end, and it's time for you to turn over the page. And this is spirit saying, hey, let something go. Something needs to end, no matter how painful it is to turn over the page, Taurus. It feels like it's time to move forward. And it seems like the issue is finding a way to move on from something. It just seems like something is very hard. Maybe there's something that you just don't want to face. You don't want to deal with it. And maybe you're like, you know what? Can I just go to sleep? I just don't want to deal with life right now. You're going through a depression. It's obvious. So maybe it's hard for you to get out of bed. It's hard for you to do things on time. It just feels like you might feel that life has kind of knocked you down. I think you could be very nocturnal, Taurus. You might be sleeping during waking hours for everybody else. Perhaps you work the night shift. It just feels like you're mentally and emotionally exhausted of a situation right now. And it might be because of because you're fighting with somebody. Or this is people around you that are just like, oh my God, can they stop fighting? This is like an everyday thing. So you could be dealing with somebody who is a performer. Temperance. And why do you have the devil in the background again? Devil now 4 times. We're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep tally because, like I said, this is definitely symbolic of something. I think we've already pinpointed what it is, though. I don't want to stay on this topic. I keep looking for something else, Taurus, but spirit guides want to keep telling me the story. So we're going to carry it out. We're going to finish this off and we're going to see where this goes. So bear with me. Some of you are in a third party situation and this is why you're having conflict with someone. It's very clear that you're not speaking to someone because you feel manipulated. Or somebody around you feels manipulated and hurt as a result of something that was said. So what was said? What happened? What's going on? You want someone to understand, okay, it just feels like it's in somebody's body language, behavior, interpretation. So maybe it's like, maybe somebody's not saying what they feel. Maybe somebody doesn't know what you're going through, Taurus. So they're playing a guessing game to figure out, why is Taurus so snappy? Or Taurus is like, why is the cross watcher acting like this? You might not know what someone is really going through. Somebody's really going through something that's really heavy. They got a lot of worries on their mind. And there's a lot of things that they're not telling you about. Somebody is shutting you out. Somebody's going through some financial issues. So maybe you're arguing with somebody about money. Maybe that's what this is about. And it seems like somebody is hurt. But it also feels that somebody has tried to cover something up. And now it seems like, because it looks like somebody's looking out the window, like, yeah, I see what you're doing. And the card says awareness, by the way. So it definitely feels like somebody is aware of something that the other person doesn't know about. And it feels that whatever somebody sees or finds out about is very painful for them. You're trying to figure something out, Taurus. The signs, the omens, they're everywhere. It just feels like you're looking and you feel like you can't seem to hear what your angels are saying, but it feels like it's your state of mind that sets the tone for how this week is going. But what I can tell is that something's been happening for a while. Something is happening over and over again. You've been enduring this for a minute and you just want something to be over. Something's causing you to have negative thoughts. As soon as I say that and pick up the deck, yes, it's your state of mind this week. Or it's someone else's state of mind. So do you resolve this conflict or not? I don't think it's this week that you do. I think it's this week that you see what you need to see about a particular situation. And it might have something to do with this earth sign. Or Taurus, maybe this is you and this is this fire sign that's looking at you like this. They're like, yeah, I see you, Taurus. I see what you're up to. Or this Gemini, because this could be a Taurus Gemini cusp. So whatever you find out about, I think you've already seen something though. Really, this looks like there's been a betrayal. You might have found somebody else in bed with somebody else. Maybe that's the betrayal. This is the thing that hurts, is that you see somebody sneaking around with somebody else. So let's establish this. If that's something that you're wondering about, maybe why somebody is just being so mean and nasty to you, maybe starting arguments, it's because they're dealing with somebody else, Taurus. Seems like somebody changed up. It seems like you were bonding with somebody. You thought things were going somewhere, right? It seems like you really like somebody. And now it feels like you're obviously heartbroken because of something that you see. Or because of the way that somebody is acting. They're not really telling you. They're not giving you much context. But it seems like you're really trying to figure this out. But the thing is, it's like you want someone to be honest with you. And it just seems like somebody is not. You might feel like somebody doesn't have an honest bone in their body. The past, for some of you, this is what you're arguing about. It's hard for you to let go of the past. Some of you, the issue is that somebody's married. Singles. This feels like this is you. Let's talk about it. You're into somebody. Seems like you're really developing feelings for somebody. It looks like you really want a relationship. Or somebody around you does. Somebody's around you could be getting into a relationship. A kid. Hmm. Past child trauma is what's blocking this whole thing. Your abandonment issues. It seems like this is what comes up. For some of you. Or this is what's preventing a relationship from going forward. Let's really look into this. What's going on? Some of you are dealing with someone who's very spiritual. Taurus. I'm trying to see what's going on for the singles. Two singles, bear with me. Oh, we're going to see also why the devil is here so many times in your reading. So singles, like I said, you met somebody. You're talking to them. So maybe you're not in a relationship with them. Maybe you're just trying to test the waters to see if this is going to be a relationship. It seems like you're very attracted to somebody, though. There might be a lot of lustful energy here. So you're bonding with them. You're starting to develop feelings for them, and then it seems like things go silent. Somebody goes ghost on you. And you don't know why. Seems like this is the week that you could possibly find out about why. Because it seems like somebody's really looking and really trying to pay attention. Right? We're talking about somebody's behavior. So it definitely feels like somebody's demeanor kind of changes up out of nowhere. And somebody goes kind of cold, or they just go ghost completely. Somebody has put you on the back burner and you just don't get it. You're like, well, what happened? There's a betrayal. And this is the week, as I mentioned to you, singles, something comes into your awareness. You see something for what it really is. You see the truth about it. So it puts you in a position, Taurus, to decide what you're going to do with this situation. Are you going to continue to see this person? It looks like you really want to talk. But it feels like somebody is like not really into it like they were before. So it's just left you feeling confused. You're like, well, what happened? It's leaving you with no closure, no answers. The truth is, somebody wasn't into it anyway. Why? Because somebody wasn't emotionally ready to get into a relationship. For some of you, it's because somebody was manipulating you the whole time you were being played. But for others of you, they haven't stopped dealing with an ex. They may have broken things off with an ex. Maybe they're not even getting along with their ex right now. And you might be that rebound. It just seems like somebody cuts things off out of nowhere. And then it feels like what the issue is that it triggers your inner child issues. It was a lesson the whole time in abandonment issues. It's bringing that out. This is what it triggered. So now it feels like you're in the aftermath of this, trying to figure this whole thing out. Like it seems like you're turning the issue on to yourself. Like you're like, what's wrong with me? Why don't people stay in my life? Why don't people be on? Why aren't the ones that I love honest with me? Why are people so detached? Or it's causing you to possibly detach. But maybe it's just hard because it looks like now that you see the truth for what it really is, it's time to turn over the page. Seems like it's a challenge there. But like I said, it causes you to question yourself. Like, what is it about me that's not good enough? It has nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with this individual. And this was the trigger. This is why they were there. To show you what you needed to see so that you can heal. Because it seems like this is what's blocking you. And this is your angels coming in to show you what it is that needs to be removed from your life. What is it that you're so attached to, which is why we have the devil here 4 times. What is it that you're so attached to that you really need to let go of for your own sanity, for your own mental health. What is it about the past that it just has this tight hold on you? It seems like patterns get repeated. There's a Scorpio. What's after Scorpio? Libra. And I mentioned to you there's a Libra. It just seems like now it's hard for you to open your heart because you've been betrayed several times. Somebody's trapping somebody possibly with a pregnancy, or this is how you feel. You're taking a break. Somebody could possibly be getting into drinking heavily. Somebody could possibly be going to get to, somebody has an addiction like gambling. But since we're talking about this devil card being here so many times, and I mentioned to you, for some of you, you're under spiritual attack. This whole thing about feeling hopeless is because you're tired of your situation looking the way that it is. Okay, because I mentioned to you, somebody is after your money. Somebody wants to control. That's what this is. Control what your money looks like. Or you're dealing with somebody that is just very controlling. So yeah, for that reason, you're putting up boundaries. You are dealing with a Libra. You are. You're dealing with a Libra, or you're dealing with a Virgo, or a Libra Virgo possibly. Yeah, you're looking for sincere relationships. Or like I said, this is a hard lesson for a kid. They're wanting to be trusting of the people around them, but they're learning a very hard lesson about the cruel side of people. And maybe it triggers some self-esteem issues. Like I said, maybe it's not a kid. This might be a full-grown adult going through these things. Since we alluded to your money for a second, let's dive in. Let's talk about your money for a minute. I think that's what's going on too. Something's going on. You got a bill. You got something that maybe a child needs this week, and they could possibly be in need of something. Maybe some clothes. So I was talking to you about a kid in school. We were going to talk about your money, but we're back to this. About them. Is it their location in class? Okay, maybe they're behind in their homework or this sort of thing. They need to turn in something. There might be an assignment. Or this is you taking a test. Right? Since we're talking about tests and trials and this sort of thing. You had a test this week that you're studying for. Okay, because it looks like there's some sort of an exam. Yeah, it looks like there's the instructor. Oh, yeah, you definitely have somebody gaslighting you. So, yeah, so you read tarot? You do. You do something, some form of divination. You read tea leaves or this sort of thing. Or this is something that you're curious about. You might even be online. Maybe you have a podcast. You have an online presence. You speak in some sort of way. You're a teacher, this sort of thing. You're a performer, that type of stuff. Whatever it is that you do, it feels like professionally is what we're talking about. You definitely have somebody watching you. In fact, somebody's kind of hunting you down. Spirit guides, what the heck am I seeing? It doesn't really take me by surprise though, because you usually have like an obsessed, unhinged person in your reading. I want to drop some initials because I know this person is watching my video right now. But I'll leave that out. But I do feel that my spirit guides are ushering you out, and I think that you know what your name is. Spirit guides, show me Taurus. What's going on at work and money for Taurus? Yes, there's definitely something going on online, diving into a task. So there is something that I think that you're diving into this week. But I think that you've got some distractions around you. I think the distractions might have something to do with your kids. Because it seems like you're overwhelmed with parental duties or sibling duties, whatever the case may be. So you got some distractions. You got a competitor at work, an enemy, basically. Somebody sees you as an enemy. And this is why they're hunting for you, aiming at you in some sort of way. There's deception connected to this. We talked about control. Now we're talking about domination. That's what these spells are. This feels like somebody wants control over you. This could be a child that might feel like their parent is just way too controlling. But obviously, this feels like, and you're having a power struggle with your kid. But honestly, I think this is spiritual. I think you're having a spiritual battle with somebody. You could be getting into it verbally with someone. You could be having like a verbal altercation with somebody at work, Taurus, because it does look like somebody is really going out of their way to get enemy, to get a reaction out of you, or to kind of cause problems for you is what this looks like. While you're kind of, yes, diving into a task. There's a project that I think that you want to work on. Seems like you're having issues with a boss. It definitely feels like there could be gossip at work. And like I said, maybe somebody wants you to feel left out. Maybe you feel like the butt of people's joke at school or work. This is interesting. I said at school again. Maybe some of you are in school. Maybe you do school and work. Oh, yeah, Three of Swords. So it does. It feels like you're affected by the work environment. You got a lot of different personalities at your job. It looks like Taurus. And maybe you feel that it is time to maybe move on to something else. And you will, very likely. It looks like you got the job. So there could definitely be some news maybe about a job interview, but it looks like for a minute, maybe you've been looking, you've been doing your job search, and it just has been fruitless. You've been coming up empty. Seems like you might be also as a result of maybe being out of work or being distracted by work. Maybe it's because of a health issue that that's affected your money for a minute. If it's not a physical ailment, I mentioned to you, it might be your state of mind. Somebody's obviously going through a depression. And it could be that maybe because it's written all over your face, towards that somebody finds a perfect opportunity to come in to try to troll you. Because like I said, they've been hunting for you. Somebody's aiming for you at work. And it seems like because you're very professional or there's something that you do, obviously you do this well, whatever it is, Taurus. And it seems like you're really focused. Somebody wants to throw you off. You got a thief. You're throwing your ideas, your thoughts out there, and somebody is coming and repeating and mocking, either mocking them or just copying. Well, let's talk about that. That definitely be the case if you're in the tarot community. Copycats are a dime a dozen. So it feels like it's your purpose. It seems like somebody is trying to prevent you from fulfilling your purpose. Or maybe this is your job. Maybe you feel like it's redundant. It's the same old thing. And you want to do something else that brings a sense of purpose. But like I said, you got a few obstacles that are in the way. Maybe you want to be a business owner or this sort of thing. Maybe some of you are. Maybe you are the CEO of your business. You are a business owner. Like I said, you had a lot of disruptions this week. So you got a few things that are playing out. Maybe some of you work in healthcare, by the way. So you got some good news that's coming in, is what this looks like. Because it looks like at the beginning of the week, or coming off the previous week, it's just been terrible. It's been hectic. You haven't had a moment to yourself. Okay? I just noticed something. We're gonna go to that in a minute. But I think you're very spiritual, if I didn't say that. So I'll go ahead and talk about it now. You've got several angels that are coming up in your reading. And yeah, I think you're very spiritual, Taurus. Or you could possibly be going to somebody who is, or somebody that can give you that insight as to what's going on and maybe what the source of the issue is, about maybe why things are so hectic and difficult. You see how it says live in the background? I mentioned to you, some of you, you are online. You work on social media, and that's who's hunting you down. Every time you're live, here comes this person, or here come these people watching to try to sabotage something that you're doing towards a cross-watcher. Some of you, you have a legal issue. This is what's bogging you down, is that it feels like there's something going on with a landlord. Might be a landlord that's a bit impossible. It feels like you're taking this someone to court. Some of you could possibly, maybe that's what this is. Maybe you're facing eviction, or you have an eviction on your background. And this is what's keeping you from moving forward. It seems like maybe some of you are behind in bills. Taurus. The poster. So you are posting something online. You might come across something that's being posted online that maybe you feel is aimed at you. It could be subliminal, or it could be blatant. Okay? Since we're talking about this online thing and this trolling thing, okay, somebody's aiming, they're gunning for your self-esteem. What do they want? Why are they aiming at you so hard? I think there's something that they don't see in themselves that they see in you, Taurus. Come on with it. Something is going on in your dreams. Somebody's trying to prevent you from remembering your dreams. You got two cards here showing me the bed, like you're trying to go to sleep, but you can't. It just seems like I said, either you're nocturnal, or you just have a lot of activities, spiritual activities going on, like in your house at night. Why is somebody hunting you down? Something's going on around your home, or this is where they're sending the negativity. I definitely feel, I mentioned to you, somebody's watching you. It could be around your home. Maybe you crave a change, and maybe this is why the turning over a page thing is happening. Maybe you want a new job. You want a new home. It seems like some of you want to move. But something's going on with your landlord. Come on with it. Spirit guides are saying, yep. If you're online and this sort of thing, that's what somebody is aiming for. Somebody wants to humiliate you or humiliate a child. I really want to find a topic that's going on in your life where there's not some drama. We're gonna find it, okay? I go to talk about your money. I'm going to talk about your home life. It just seems like you're going through it, Taurus. Or somebody around you is. Spirit guys, show me what's going on with the Taurus nation. Show me something good. Well, we got Saturn, which is Capricorn. You got the devil here 4 times. Going through a very hard lesson. This seems like Neptune, Pisces. I mentioned Pisces. Somebody is heavily into magic. Somebody's using sigils. Pisces. So maybe you have a child that's a Pisces. That's interesting. It says hexagram, but my brain saw a hex, as though that's what somebody's trying to put on you. That's clear. We've already established that. Hand of Fatima. That's like, what am I trying to say? The hamster hand. This is spirit guys telling you put protection around you. This also feels like somebody is watching you. Scorpio. I talked about Scorpio. Air, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. These might be some people that could be enemies. These might be people that are viewing you as a rival or whatever. I don't know. This is why I'm like, why? You're a light worker. Somebody sees the light in you, Taurus or cross watcher, and it seems that somebody is trying to prevent you from fulfilling your purpose. This is now what, the third time? Something's going on in your dreams. Thank you, spirit guides. Opportunities come through this week. It just feels like your spirit guides are saying be patient. You've been enduring something for a minute, to the point, Taurus, that you feel like, wow, are things ever going to change? Your spirit guides say yes, absolutely. Sometimes our timing is not God's timing. It seems that your spirit guides are putting things together. In the 5D, they haven't materialized yet in the 3D. That's what you don't see about your situation. But the opportunity is coming in. The lesson is to let go. It's time to turn over a new page, Taurus or cross watcher. So there's something in your life that you're holding on very tightly to. Whether it's the past, whether it's trauma, whatever have you, it seems like your spirit guides are saying you've got to let go. You got to make some choices. It feels like, Taurus, you don't trust yourself to make the right decisions. You're attached to the old, and now spirit guides are saying it's time to bring in some new energy. Or this is you attached to the outcome. You want a particular outcome. You want things to happen at a certain time, and it's not. But it feels like it's a timing issue. But guess what? Spirit guides are saying something is coming to an end. Maybe as winter comes to a close. Positive outcome, it says. Let's talk about that. Finally, the start of something new. Thank you, spirit guides. Something has to end, obviously. And something new comes in to take its place. Maybe some of you are literally giving birth. Or you've given birth and you have a little kid, maybe you have a toddler or whatever, or a young child. It feels like, yeah, something is coming to an end. Something is finally coming to a conclusion. Spirit, tell us more. Got something going on with your breathing? Let's talk about it. You are bright energy. We talked about that. Somebody wants to dim your light. Taurus. They want you to feel discouraged. They want you to feel that maybe nobody likes you, or that you're the butt of everybody's joke, this sort of thing. I don't know whose reading this is for, whose message this genuinely is, but if this is you, I think you'll know it. And if it's not, disregard, because it wouldn't be your message. It's somebody's confirmation. Somebody needed to hear this. I think you knew, though. Some of you, this is happening with an air sign. An air sign plays it. There it is again. Breathe. It feels like you can breathe a sigh of relief. Somebody needs to go to the gynecologist. Taurus. Something might be going on with your cycles. You need to talk to your mom. There's a mom. Spotlight on moms. or this is an older sister, an auntie, a stepmom. You were raised by your grandmother. There's obviously, or godmother. It's obvious that there's an elder in your life that either has a really big influence, or this is you, whether your mother or father, whatever role you play in someone's life. There's an elder that comes in to nurture a child that's feeling lost, going through something. And this elder helps a child be able to let go, or gives them some understanding about what's going on, the bigger picture of the situation. That maybe there's a child that's just very unique, that has a spiritual gift, and maybe they're being bullied because they're different and this sort of thing. So it seems like there's an adult that could come in to be a helping hand in a situation, to show a child, to give them guidance. This is a reminder to maybe check on your loved ones. It feels like spirit guides are saying it's time to get to the heart of the matter, because whatever the heart of the matter is, it feels like it's something heavy. It's something that's very sensitive, time sensitive even. You might obviously be noticing a red flag with somebody's mental health this week. Come on, your angels are nonstop in your reading. So this is your guide saying, call on them. Your angels are definitely at your beck and call with something that you're dealing with, or something that someone else is dealing with. You're obviously going to the library. Maybe you need to return a book. You need a charger for your phone. Seems like you might need to charge up something, a device, or something such as this. Maybe it's a good idea to meditate. Seems like maybe you might be getting back into the gym, Taurus. Somebody, I promise you. So if you're online, somebody is just like, I'm trying to figure out what this is. Okay, so you got some people that really like what it is that you're doing, thoroughly entertained by the things that you do, and then you got obviously some haters. There's a Leo. We talked about, you have a pet. This feels like Taurus. There's an Aries that shows up. There's a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Somebody's definitely hiding money. Somebody has something to hide, okay? And it definitely feels like you see what's going on. Okay, somebody is trying to cheat you out of money, swindle you out of money. Maybe this is your partner. Maybe they don't want you to know. They have some money that maybe they have tucked away that they don't want you to know about. Okay, it's definitely a week where you're getting some rest. Taurus, what is the, shh, babe. What is the advice for the Taurus nation for the next 7 days? The name Diana could be relevant. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target, and you will make your mark. Reason being, that you got a Sagittarius that shows up, if I didn't say that. And you definitely have somebody coming in to give you advice. If your angels are sending in like an angel in human form to give you advice about something. Or like I said, this is you. You're giving advice to someone, whether it's a child or this is somebody that's going through something and they look up to you as a mentor, or somebody with someone with a lot of knowledge. I'll say this, you gotta go to the doctor. For some of you, it has something to do with, what am I trying to say? The reproductive system. The womb, especially since we're talking about the mother. Some of you, maybe you're giving birth. Maybe you're pregnant. Maybe you're, or some of you could be terminating a pregnancy. You do have some good news coming in. I just noticed that. This is what your angels are bringing you. But I mentioned, back to my original thought, I was mentioning to you about there being distractions. There are many, but your guides say no matter what, keep focused on whatever it is that you want, because it looks like things have the ability to turn around. And the things that you've been working hard for, the seeds that you've been planting, your harvest is coming. So this is what I mean about you having to wait. Just as a farmer, when they plant a crop or whatever, you don't immediately see you know what I mean, the results. It takes a minute. And it feels like that's the case in your situation. Something is timed. Divine timing plays a huge role in something that you're doing. Maybe this is you. Maybe you have given your kid advice. Maybe you wish that they would listen. Enjoy where you are, for you will soon be somewhere else. In other words, your situation is temporary. Your God's saying, enjoy, find joy in your situation the way that it is. It's getting ready to change. We talked about the fact that something needs to end. You got death, and then you got to turn over the page. Something needs to end, and something new comes in to take its place. This could even be your literal location, for soon you will be somewhere else. So this whole thing about this living place challenge, right? Whatever this happens to be, it's an eviction or credit issue or this sort of thing. It looks like there's something in store for you. You're going to hear some positive news. The time is now to hear the messages. So we talked about it. The messages, and the messengers show up this week. It could be through tarot. It could be through something that you hear online. A timely message. And leave early, because it seems like you could get turned around, Taurus. You need to be somewhere on time. Something could take you in a different direction, or maybe the road is closed, or this sort of thing. You deserve good things. Keep your focus on what you want. Come on with it. You have the ability to manifest and change your circumstances. You'll never see it, though, in the state of mind. You'll see it eventually, because it seems like your angels are going out of their way to show you that, you got a change that's coming in. But you might prolong the very obvious answer that's right in front of your face. Some of you, you're overthinking it. You're overanalyzing the situation. But it'll be a big old challenge for you if you're looking at a situation this way. Instead, your guides are saying, come from a Zen place. That's why that card says that. Until I shuffled it, it did say Zen. They want you to come from a peaceful place. Or speak to your angels. Your guides definitely have a message for you. Beyond the veil of illusion, and that's what your situation is. Time is an illusion. So is what you're looking at right now. You're looking at your circumstances. Your situation is not what it appears to be. There's a big lesson attached to this, and your situation is soon going to change. Resurfacing of past feelings and emotions, remembrance. It's obvious that somebody passed away. It's obvious that you're thinking about somebody that passed. And that makes you very emotional. But this feels like old feelings and emotions get triggered out of nowhere, Taurus. And like I said, it feels like it has something to do with your inner child, or this is something that directly has something to do with a child in your life. Spirit is basically saying, take some time to really dive into what this is. Maybe that's the task that you're diving into. It might be your inner child issues. It seems like that's what's blocking things, and Spirit wants you to clear that up. You're healing from certain things. Spirit really is trying to get your attention to focus on this and make it a priority. Or something's going on with your loved ones, and Spirit is saying, pay attention to your loved ones. Time is precious. So check on the ones you love. Yeah. With that, Taurus Nation, this concludes your 7-day forecast with angelic ascensions. If you found this reading was helpful, thumbs up this video. Consider subbing to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. Thank you, Taurus Nation and Cross Watchers, for tuning in. Have a blessed, beautiful, productive week. I'm out. Peace.